Hey everybody, Kennis here. Hope you're doing great. Today I'm doing a review of 3 new headphones. This is kind of a new guy on the block, RevoNext. I got 3 different headphones I'm reviewing today. Check it out. Well, this is kind of an interesting company that is, I'm not really sure how long they've been around, but it seems like they've got 5 or 6 different models of headphones that they've been selling. And I've got 3 here that I wanted to check out. Now for me, whenever I'm doing a headphone review, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of a live musician playing with headphones. Not necessarily just somebody listening to headphones for music's sake, but for a live setting, which is a little bit different because you want a pretty even, balanced sound across all the frequencies. You don't want super heavy bass, you don't want it to be super trebly, you want it to be pretty even across all the frequencies. So one of the things that's very beneficial to that is multiple drivers. So our first set of headphones up here, the RevoNext dual driver in-ear headphones. These are the RX8. Man, it's amazing to me how inexpensive headphones have come down to. About 6 or 7 years ago when I first started getting into in-ears, I was like searching and searching and searching for any decent headphones that would be under 50 bucks. And basically there was very, very little around, and it's just amazing. This right here is 2 dual driver headphones, and they're about 20 bucks right now, right around that part. Now, I'm making this video on April 21st, 2019, and if you happen to be watching it today or tomorrow, this is going to go on a flash sale on April 22nd. So you'll be able to pick them up actually cheaper than that tomorrow if you want to. But that's the first one that I'm going to be reviewing. And then taking a step up to their triple driver in-ear monitors is the QT2S. And by the way, all of these different headphones come in a couple different colors. You can find the ones that match you. And then finally, the third one is the QT3S, and this is the quad driver. So basically, if you don't know why you would need dual, triple, quad drivers, I'll just give you a 30-second rundown on what that means. Essentially, as one speaker, if you have one speaker in your ear, it's producing all of the frequencies, everything down from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. And so or 20,000 kilohertz, and whatever it is, from the top to the bottom of what you'll be able to hear. And one speaker has a difficult time doing that. So as you add more speakers, it's able to say, hey, one speaker take the low end and I'll take the high end. And just like you would have in your home stereo, you've got like a woofer and then you've got a tweeter. And then it moves on from there. If you have 3 drivers, that means 3 speakers, and you have one doing the highs, one doing the mids, and then one doing the lows. And then finally with the 4, usually when they have 4 or quad speakers, quad drivers, they're 1 at the high, 1 in the mid, and then 2 doing the lows. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's more bass with the quads, it's just meaning it's usually a little bit punchier of a bass. And not quite as boomy of a bass, which actually I prefer. So anyway, I'm going to do my listening test to these 3 headphones, and check the links in the description below if you want to pick one up. And like I said, the RevoNext RX8 is going on a flash sale on Amazon tomorrow, so you may want to check that out. By the way, April 21st, tomorrow is April 22nd, 2019. So let me just open this up, and I'm going to do the unboxing in sped up time. A couple things I like right off the bat is it's easy for me to identify that is the right one and that is the left one, which for some reason sometimes it's hard for people to do that on their headphones. Let's open up the cable. Cable seems decent. It's got a nice little Velcro thing on there. This end is a right angle end, and this end is it's nice. It's got looks like some sort of foam plastic over here. Doesn't look like there's a wire inside here, but it has some sort of plastic that's keeping it arching over your ears. And then one of these, yeah, it's got a big R right here, so I'll plug that into the right, And same thing on the left. Very good. And that's actually a nice secure setup there. The cable itself, it's just fairly nice. I like the fact that it has this thing that goes over the back of your head as you're pulling them up to fit. But all right, let's give this guy a listen, and we'll see what they sound like. Also, it came with a couple tips here. So we've got let's see. Usually they put the small, medium, and large. And I can already tell you that this is too big, so I'm going to go down to the small on these. Take off the medium, put on the small. On my reviews, got a couple of criteria: looks, build quality, comfort, sound, and specs. And whenever I'm reviewing something, especially something like headphones that can range anywhere from $20 to $2,000, obviously on some level you're getting what you paid for. If these sound the same as something that costs $500, I'm going to be extremely blown away. But I'm basically rating this in the price range that it's at. So I'm comparing this to my expectations of what I would expect for something of this price, if that makes sense. So I'll actually probably be even a little bit more critical on the higher end ones that they have. So, all right. And I listened to 2 songs. I listened to about a minute and a half of 2 songs whenever I'm reviewing headphones. The first song is Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder, and I just know the song real well, and I know what it sounds like, and I know what the frequency should sound like and all that kind of stuff. So I'm typing it in here and Google Play, Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder, and let's give it a play. Alright, that was Sir Duke, and I'm going to go to Superstition, my other one that I do. Okay, that is the RX8s, and okay, this is how I'm going to put this. On the looks wise here, I think these look pretty good. I mean, they're what to be expected. I probably would prefer not to have this silver dot here on here, but it looks good. I'm going to give it a it doesn't stand out to me as like particularly amazing, but let's give it a 4.5. Build quality, I would have liked to see a wire in here in the what am I trying to say? The cable itself. It locks in here pretty good, but I can just kind of tell the plastic. They're probably not going to last super long if you're using them for heavy use. As far as like what I would do, it would not surprise me if maybe in a year that I ended up stepping on it and it broke or something like that. The plastic seems like a little bit, just a little bit thin. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I'm going to put a build quality of a 4, because that's kind of about what I'd expect for this here. Comfort wise, they're fairly comfortable, about what I would expect. They were able to stay in my ears, and that was nice, and nice that they have multiple tips. I'm going to put a 4. The sound on it, this is the notes that I made on this one were, everything was very clear. It just seemed like it had a real clear sound to it. It was pretty even across the frequencies, except for the mids were pretty pronounced. The high mids, if you like the hi-hat, on one of the songs on Superstition, he does like a open hi-hat lick, just at one hit, and it was, it goes and he crunches it down. You really hear that in the left ear. But Superstition is also pretty bassy of a track in itself, and this didn't get super wobbly bass, which I really like, and I was able to hear all the highs and the mids pretty well. So I'm going to say sound wise, I'm going to give it a 4.5. I can't really see, I'm sure there's room for improvement in this price range, but that's pretty much as good as sounding headphones as you're going to get for 20 bucks. Specs wise, this is what they have on the specs. Being dual aperture, I think is awesome. The fact that dual drivers is great. You know, all these other things that they have listed on here as far as, you know, the cable length and the pin type and all that kind of stuff, those kind of things are not, they don't really mean that much to me. Even the frequency range, 7 to 40,000 kilohertz, you can't hear past 20,000 kilohertz. You can't hear lower than 20 hertz. So basically, all that I care about is that these are able to produce frequencies that the human ear can hear. So, and it does all that. So I'm going to say on specs wise, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 because of because this is a dual driver headphone. If this was a single driver headphone, first of all, I don't think it would sound as good, but it's just nice that it's a dual driver headphone. So totaling these guys up here, this is 22 out of 25. That's a very good score in my book. So, all right, and again, remember, get these guys on the flash sale tomorrow, April 22nd, 2019. Well, let's listen to the next guy. This is the RevoNext RN QT2S, and let me dig into this box. Alright, here's the cable here. It looks to me like it's the same cable as the RX8s. Look at the end and I can tell you, yeah, it's the same thing, which is fine. Alright, here's the, okay, this is a metal, let me make sure that's metal. Yeah, that's a metal enclosure, which is nice. I'm not going to be stepping on these and breaking them. Extra set of earbuds. Alright, plug in these ends here. Let's see, this is the R. It's got an engraved R for the right. That is this. Alright, so let me put these guys on and listen to them. This is the RNQT2S. These are more comfortable than their little brother. 50 bucks. And you're getting the triple driver and the metal encasing for that. It's fit pretty well. Alright, let me plug this into my phone and we'll listen to. Let's just start off right off the bat with Superstition again. Alright, okay, wow. The QT2S. I like these guys. I like these headphones a lot. Okay, listening to it, going through my list here, looks wise, giving it a 4.5. These they look pretty cool. I like them. I like the way they look. Build quality 5. I love the metal encasing here. They're not going to crack. They're not going to break. I like that. I would have liked to see perhaps a wire in these, but they're good. Comfortable wise, I'm going to say 4. They're pretty comfortable. And sound wise, I'm actually going to give it a 5. This has exceeded my expectations as far as sound for the price range. Specs, again, I give it a 5, just like its little brother. Notes that I made on this, it had a real pronounced bass, but not muddy. What I mean by that is, you know, honestly, anybody can make a headphone that just sounds like a real boomy bass. But what I'm looking at is not so much just does it have a bunch of bass frequencies blasting in my ears, but can I hear the bass guitar? So if the guitar player is playing, am I hearing the finger on the string? And these are doing that. It's pronounced. It's not muddy. It's very like a clear bass. So these would be great. Punchy would be a great way to describe it. These would be really good headphones if you were a bass player, guitar player, really anybody that's in a band that they want to hear the bass player but not be overwhelmed by bass. This would be a good option. It also, drummer, this would be great drummer headphones, I think. Anyway, also the drums didn't, I could hear everything in the drums. They seemed very clear, but they weren't piercing my ears which can happen sometimes. So I like these headphones. These I'm gonna actually be listening to these on somewhat of a regular basis, and might be putting these, might be going on my live, using for my live or for my backups for live. So, all right, let's move on to number 3. I don't know if it's going to get any better than these guys, but I imagine they're going to be very similar to the QT3s. This is the QT, or the QT2s, the QT3S. And by the way, all of these come in different colors, so you can pick whatever color you like. I'm glad that I got these colors for the most part, because I think that the black and the gray, they look really sleek. So here we go. Let's see. I also like that they sent these without the headphone or the headphone wire. Like, I don't want for like your phone. I don't want a phone wire. I want like a just stereo left and right. Okay, it looks like the same packaging as far as yeah, the same packaging, just a different color. Pull these guys. I'm going to take off the middle size and put on the small ones, just because I know that is going to fit better. R to the right. R. I like the way that looks. I feel that red, with the red and the black, that looks sharp. I like it too. And the L and the L match up. You don't know. It's easy to match those up there. All right, let's put them in. See how they feel. Very similar to, they're actually probably the same shells as the other ones, so these are going to fit great. Feel comfortable. Yep. I like. All right, here we go. Okay, these are going to be the QT3S's. All right, we'll go Sir Duke on this one first. Nice. Okay. Interesting. Comparing the quad drivers to the triple drivers. So looks same, 4.5, build quality 5, comfort. I was actually scratched this out and was going to give 4.5, but I think that the cable, if it had a wire on the cable instead of just the sheathing here, it would have pushed me into the 4.5. But anyway. Sound quality 5 on specs, 5 again. Sound quality, my notes on this were pronounced highs. Like the hi-hat was high. Again, it wasn't piercing to my ear, but I could clearly hear the drums. So if this, and also the bass wasn't super boomy, which I like. I don't like super boomy bass. But it was a little less pronounced than the QT2s, and I found that was interesting. Sometimes I think they when they put the dual bass drivers, so when you have quad drivers, you have 2 bass drivers usually, you end up getting sometimes less boomier bass, and that's what I felt on this. It was interesting. These are very good headphones. I would have no problem listening to these. I think that if you were a vocalist, the vocals really were out, very pronounced, the highs. And I think if you're a keyboard player, these might be the headphones for you, because I think that even though the keys are playing through the whole spectrum as well, I think that it would probably cut through and you'd be able to hear perhaps those over the rest of everybody else. Drummers wise, even though it did have the higher, they're pitched, I mean, these are going to be good headphones for, but I probably would also pick the QT2s. So let's do some math here. These are both going to get the same score here. We've got 23 and a half out of 25. That is very good. Very, very good. So again, we've got here we go. These are the QT3s over here, and then we have kind of the middle of the road right here were the QT2s, and then the more of the kind of the entry level side of this, the RX8s. These are in the $20 range. This is in the $50 range, and this is in the $70 range. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you're looking at as far as price range. And I think that honestly the sweet spot for me is the QT2s. I really like the way that all the instruments sounded in there. So anyway, there you go. I was not aware of this company, RevoNext, before making this review, but these guys might be my go-to headphones for recommending, because for 50 bucks I can't see you know, much better sounding headphones than these. And I really like the metal casing, or heavy plastic. I think it's metal, it looks like aluminum, but whatever it is, they're not going to be breaking on me, which I really do like. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful to you. Sorry for it being such a long video, but I think that's really the only way we can do this, comparing all three of these. But anyway, Kennis Russell out. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, tomorrow, if you're going to pick one of these up on April 22nd, 2019, they're doing a flash sale of the RX8s for 20 bucks or less, whatever the flash sale is. I don't think you can go wrong with it. But anyway, Kennis Russell out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.